Hey y'all. I just sounded a mess. Hey y'all, welcome back. And today's video is gonna be like topic, like discussion, like advice. So the advice I'm gonna be giving today is my personal advice about being married young, being married when you're young or whatever. So, and when I say my personal advice, I say that because these are just my personal opinions, how I personally feel, things that I personally feel about being married young, advice that I can personally give being married young. So young. Okay. First of all, don't get so caught up in worrying about what other people think. Like, what I mean by that is, you're gonna have people to be like, oh, you're too young to be getting married. Oh, you're not ready. Oh, y'all. Oh, you're not ready. Oh, y'all just rushing. Just all that stuff. Do not get caught up. Don't get caught up with that. Like, at the end of the day, your happiness is what matters. Don't get caught up in what other people think. Don't let that affect you from getting married young. And the next thing, Lord, look up to your own marriage. Your own marriage. Like, literally, because I noticed with this new generations, they got this idea of stuff that they see on social media with couples and famous people as goals. Like, nobody else's relationship should be goals. You should only be worried about your own relationship, because you're on the outside looking in. You don't know what those people are going through. So just only look up to your own relationship. Don't be trying to compare your relationship to somebody else's, because it's just not gonna work. It's just gonna give you a big headache, and it's just not good for you or healthy for your marriage. The next one is truly get to know that person before you decide to spend the rest of your life with them. And I don't mean like basic knowing, like dig within deep with that person, like really get to know that person. Like, for example, when me and my husband first met, we didn't meet like, oh, this about to be my boo or anything like that. No, like we was genuinely friends, like chit-chatting back and forth, and he was just so goofy, I was so goofy, and we just clicked. We focused on building a friendship. We spent like almost a year of our relationship just building a friendship, basically, like getting to know each other before anything else. Anything. Truly get to know that person before you decide you want to spend the rest of your life with them. Try going to counseling first. And I know you probably think like, he's just my boyfriend, he's just my girlfriend. I mean, she's just my girlfriend. Like, why would I spend money on counseling? Like, why would I go to counseling? Like, it's not that serious. But if you're thinking about spending the rest of your life with someone, why not go to counseling and dig deep within each other and truly know that that is what you want to do? So try counseling, try talking to someone, try getting an outsider that's not your family members in, like, before you really make that big step. Don't be so quick to walk away. Like, yeah, you could do all that walking away and breaking up and childish stuff when you're boyfriend and girlfriend, but don't be so quick to walk away when you get married, because that's just not how it works. So don't be quick to, oh, you made me mad, I'm leaving you, I'm going here, I'm going. Like, don't be so quick to walk away. Well, you just gonna get a divorce, get married again. Like, that's not how it works. So if you're gonna be doing all that childishness, breaking up, getting back together stuff, once you work on that part, then you can think about marriage. But if you know y'all break up every other week over silly stuff, you're not ready to be married. You're not. Keep people out of your business. Keep everybody out of your business, out of your marriage. And when I say everybody, I mean everybody. Friends especially family. Like, keep everybody out of your business. Like, I know you want to be like, oh, mom, he did this to me, dad, he did this. Like, no, keep everybody out your business. The only person who you should be confiding in is your spouse. That is it. And I mean, you really need help, like I said, a counselor, but keep your family and your friends out of your marriage, because it's just not going to work. Because you're going to turn around, you're going to tell your parents something bad about that person out of anger, and then your parents, like, don't play about their baby, and so they just going to automatically not like that person no more, and it's just going to be a big mess. Like, who don't want their parents liking their significant others? Like, that's just stressful on top of another stressful situation. So keep people out of your business. Next, like I said, always confide in your spouse, and not even just for like when it's like a problem. Confide in them, period. Like, always make them feel like they're in on everything. And you probably think like, oh, I'm grown, like I don't need to ask my spouse to do this, I don't need to tell them that. I don't know. That's not how it works. Of course you don't want somebody, your spouse, to not control. It's a difference between you telling them because they control you, or you telling them because that's your husband and wife. Like, they deserve to know basically your every move, kind of. Like, how would you feel if you was married to a man and he out doing this and this, but he ain't confiding or telling you what's going on? Like, he ain't keeping you in the loop. Always keep your spouse in the loop. Just because you're young, that does not mean it won't work out. Don't get this idea like, oh, we're young, we didn't know any better, we not gonna work, I knew it wouldn't last. Like, don't automatically assume because you're young that it won't work out. And don't let nobody tell you, oh, because you're young it won't work out. That is not true. Like, it's people who get married when they're old and they ain't working out. It's people who young married and old doing better than people who's older married. Like, don't let nobody tell you it won't work out, and don't assume that it won't work out because of age. Like, who even put an age on marriage? Like, I don't get it. Next tip is be true to yourself. Make sure what you're doing is what you really, really want. Like, if you got a second guess idea of spending the rest of your life with somebody, then maybe you should just hold off on getting married. Maybe you should just really put some serious thought into it, because this is a commitment. This is not some little joke or some little temporary thing you get into. So make sure you're being true to yourself. Don't be doing it because everybody else doing it, or because you think you want to spend the rest of your life with that person. If you gotta second guess it, hold off. No rush. Find me time. You might think, oh, I'm married, we're gonna be together forever, we need to be together 24/7. No, just because you're married, that does not mean you don't still need time to yourself here and there. Like, you don't have to be together 24/7, because that can just be too much on a marriage. Like, sometimes you gotta find time apart from each other. Do things that you like sometimes. Let that person do things that they like sometimes. Just find me time. Like, right now, this is my me time. I'm sitting here recording and my husband is in the room playing his video games. No, I don't bug him when he play his video games, because he don't play them a lot. That is his time to be to himself without me nagging or complaining. And I found something to do to occupy my time that I like. Just make sure you find me time when you're married. Don't think you have to be together 24/7, be together forever, because eventually you will get tired of each other. Also, you still need to, along with that me time, like I said, be your own person. Just because you're married, yeah, you're one, but you still, like I said, you got to find time to still be your own person. Another piece of advice is, which is something that I'm still learning, something that you're gonna continue learning throughout your marriage, which is communication. Communicate. A lot of times it's stuff you can argue about with your spouse that could have been avoided. All you had to do was talk about it. All you had to do is open your mouth and talk about it. I still have a hard time doing it. Still working on it. You're growing. That's what you gotta remember. You're growing, and all you're gonna do is keep growing and keep flourishing. But you just gotta put in the effort to do so. You can't just be quick to give up. Another tip, which is a big tip, that may not be true for some people, may not be true for everybody, but it is true for a lot of people who get married. You will lose friends, especially single friends, mainly single friends. Me personally, Do I have single friends? Yeah, but they understand. But if you have those single friends who like have that mindset, like, oh, let's do this, let's do that, and it's stuff that you wouldn't even do while you're married, then that might not click with y'all. Y'all not on the same levels. Not saying that you're on a level higher than them, but you're married now, they're single. Things that they are allowed to do are things that your spouse may not find acceptable. So you can lose friends along with getting married, period. Not even just young. Getting married, period, you might lose friends. But it really shows their true colors, because they wasn't your friend in the first place if you lose them just because you leveled up in life. Is your spouse will 90% of the time end up being your best friend. Sometimes your spouse can end up being your only friend. In my case, no, my spouse is not my only friend, but that is my best friend. Like, literally my best friend and my husband. Like I said, we built a friendship before anything. That's my best friend. I don't know what I would do without him, honestly. Yes, I decided to get married young. No, I do not regret it, honestly. Yes, I had fun before I was married, but I feel like I've had some of the best times of my life and the best experiences with my husband here in California, being able to travel the world, everything. Like, we've had some of the best times in our life. I've had some of the best times I've ever experienced in my life. And all that happened while I was married. So don't ever think of it as, oh, I'm never going to be able to have fun again. Like, don't even think of it as that. And the last thing I would like to say is your happiness come first. As long as you and that person you decide to marry is happy, nobody else should be able to change that. Not anybody. Nobody should be able to change. Nobody should be able to change it. And just remember, through all the ups and downs, it's still positive in the marriage. You get to grow old together. You get to hit milestones together. Like, you get to do so much. You get to experience a lot together. Yeah, you get to experience when you're older, get married older too. But just imagine how much more you get to experience when you're young getting married. Like, I just feel like it's a lot of good in being married young. Don't think, oh, I'm young and my life is over. No, you can still be lit. You and your husband or your wife can still be lit together and have a good time. So it's still positive in marriage. Like, don't think of all of the negative stuff when it's a downfall, because all you gotta do is pick yourself back up. It's always an up. You just gotta be able to you just gotta be willing to put in the effort, put in the work, put in the time, dedication, and really want to be married. Like, that's really it. Nobody can tell you how do I put this? Nobody should be able to tell you how old you should be when you get married. Because what book is it saying, like, oh, you can't get married young, oh, you shouldn't be getting married young, oh, it's not good, oh, you're not ready, oh, you too. It's just like, if you shouldn't be getting married young, it wouldn't be allowed. It would be illegal. They wouldn't be allowing you to get married young. In my family, everybody got married young, and guess what? They're 10, 15, 20, 30 plus years into their marriage and still just fine and happy. Like, that age stuff did not bother me. I did not let anybody's opinions affect me on spending the rest of my life with the person I chose to spend the rest of my life with. And that was just the end of it for me. But anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I hope it was helpful for you. And don't forget to click that subscribe button down below for my next video. Bye, guys.